So why are the English clubs failing in Europe, and what can we do about it? Let's have the post-mortem, Sean. Give us the reason. It's not just... I mean, it's not just this season, but this season has been a spectacular embarrassment for them again.
It has been. I mean, I think everyone is searching for this grand overriding theory, and I don't think there is one.
We need one. Well, go on.
But I mean, I think look, the first thing people say is, "Oh, English football, they play too many games." But actually, Chelsea have played a game fewer than PSG. Arsenal have played only one more than Monaco. Man City have played one more than Barcelona. So that's not the answer. People talk about... They talk about also, surely the physical level has declined, but actually, since Christmas, both Chelsea and Manchester City, when you look at the physical data, they've run more and they've had more sprints. So that's probably not, again, the overriding reason. Well,
it's not just this season. It's been coming for a while. Let's have a look at how... Let's go back 4 seasons, and we can see there's been different quarter-finalists in the last 4 seasons from different nations. Spain dominate. 11, Germany 6, France 5, England and Italy 3 each, which is not a great return when you recall some of the troubles Italian football's had in recent times. So it's not a great return.
It's not a brilliant return. I would disagree with Sean with the amount of games. I think you need to dive a wee bit deeper into the stats than that. The Spanish may well have played as many games as us, but I had a look at some of Barcelona's games this season. They've had 1 8-1, a 6-0, a 6-1, 4 5-0s, 2 5-1s and 4 4-0s. Do you know what?
You're saying it's not as intense?
They're not hard. And you've turned off halfway through that game. You've said, right, that's enough, we've done enough, we'll take them players off. Didn't happen in the Premier League. If you go and try and play Burnley, you get hammered.
So it's the intensity of the game. So I think
the
you both agree on
intensity as a
that.
player, you do feel exhaustion a little bit more, and the way that they go through games is slightly different. And the physical aspect of
again, there's academic research without boring people silly, that suggests that looking at La Liga and looking at the Premier League, the number of sprints is a little bit higher.
I know, but that's academic research is wrong, though. The reason why it's wrong, and I'll tell you why it's wrong, and this is the problem with academic research. Do you know when you try and sprint after Thurman's clobber wheel like that 2 or 3 times, it's totally different. It's much, much harder. And that's I always used to get this off of people who played in other countries. Then they come over and play here and they go, I can't run anymore. They're kicking me all over the place.
You and that's the reason the Butcher Bilbao wasn't a tough rugged.
No, but that's the reason why it's happening now. It's a much more physical game here. Now, it's not the only reason. I agree.
You mean physical as in the exertion and the intensity rather than the conflict? Yeah.
All of it, the whole thing, but the conflict and the tackles as well. Now, you're absolutely right. It's not one thing. It can't be one thing. Do you know what? One of the big things is do not ignore the Ronaldo-Messi effect. They get there all the time because they are very good sides. But they've got Ronaldo and they've got Messi, you know, as well as other players.
There's always been good players around,
and that kind of helps them as well. Do you know the simplest thing? They're a wee bit better than us.
Well, that's it. Everyone talks about the winter break as this is going to cure everything.
May help
really,
but
there's been winter breaks. Winter break's always been a problem. When sides were getting from the Premier League into the 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 2012 finals, they didn't have a winter break then either.
Exactly right. I mean, I think really, look at certainly the last 3 years, there are 3 outstanding sides in Europe: Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. You take those out of those lists, I mean, we talk about the last 4 years, 11 Spanish clubs. Well, 8 of those would have come from Real and Barca. I think really you could probably put the rest of those, the 4 Premier League teams that qualify in the next tranche of teams, but those 3 are outstanding and quite a bit.
Let's have a look at the luck of the draw, because we've the last 4 seasons, these are the conquerors of the English clubs.
Yeah, this is actually quite interesting.
Stands up the point, really. When you look through there, AC Milan and Monaco are probably 2 sides you say, well...
But that's exactly my point. Bayern Munich are a right good team. Put them in any era. Put Barcelona of the last little while in any era. Put Real Madrid in any era. The best of Manchester United, the best of Liverpool, and they will probably take them on and may well beat them.
So what are you saying? It's
we're in a
cyclical.
particularly
It's just our turn
cyclical
not to be
partly,
as good.
but we're in a particularly good era for some of those clubs. And by the way, PSG is the one in there that I think is a slight red herring. They're doing well just now because they're a better team than people give them credit for. They're a right good team with no weaknesses.